Martha Stewart Living, food editor and co-author of our cooking school book. And she's back again to help me teach you a wonderful technique for steaming, which is one of the very healthiest ways to cook. So, Sarah, come on out. So great to have you.
Thank you.
And Sarah and I have been talking all morning about the process of steaming, the technique of steaming. And it's one of my favorite ways to cook fish.
I know you love it.
I do.
It's super, super healthy because you don't need to add, there's not an ounce of added fat in this recipe.
It's only the good, healthy fat that you find in good, healthy fish. And we're always looking for the fish that is not farm-raised.
Right.
We're looking for wild-caught fish, if you can find it. I know it's sort of like
it has to be there is a problem.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's a problem.
It's a complicated issue
because
with fish.
We all want to save the fish that are in the ocean, but we also want to eat good fish that's healthfully raised, and the wild fish are the ones. And there are certain websites that you can go to, and certain and sites that you can visit that really tell you which fish are in abundance, which fish are endangered. Red snapper.
And you know, it kind of changes all the time. It is one of those things that you should check
I carry that little card in my wallet.
Yeah.
And red snapper are still in abundance. These are beautiful fish, and one red snapper this size, which is about what, 3 pounds?
It's about 2.5 to 3 pounds. It depends.
And this will feed 4 people nicely, and there's about 150 different species of snapper.
Yeah, there's a lot, and it's funny, and they all look slightly different. But you're looking, but basically what you're looking for.
There's red, there's yellow, there's sort of a gray snapper, but this is a beautiful snapper, readily available everywhere. Ask your fishmonger if it's wild. It's what you want to eat. Same with salmon, wild.
You can use for this any kind of firm-fleshed white fish like snapper, but striped bass is also really good, or black bass, whatever you can get. So don't feel like, oh, I can't find snapper, I can't make this dish. You completely can.
Well, the first fish that we're going to steam is being done in a kind of Asian-inspired way.
Yeah.
I have a wonderful lady working at my house, Lily Pay, who taught me how to steam on a platter in a pot, in a covered pot. And she does chicken this way, she does fish this way, and it really works beautifully.
I've seen duck steamed this way in Asian cooking, and all the fat sort of just drips off, and then you get this delicious duck.
And so the ingredients are all kind of Asian, too, that we're using. Cilantro, ginger, which is so healthy for you, scallions, zest of lime, lime juice, garlic, and the
lemongrass.
Stinky
fish sauce, which is, okay, it does have a very strong and distinct aroma that some people have a hard time with, but it's really delicious, and it adds a very distinctive flavor to Southeast Asian cooking, and it's sort of integral to these kind of Thai, Vietnamese flavored dishes. If you really, really wanted to, you could leave it out, but I kind of feel like...
Nam pla, what's the other name?
It's, oh, wait. I don't know the Asian. I'm bad, and I love Thai food so much.
Yes, there are all kinds, and it's it really is off-putting when you open the jar, but only use it in moderation, small amount.
Right.
We have only 2 tablespoons for a whole fish.
And it's just going to add a really lovely fragrance, and it mixes with the ginger and the cilantro and lime. It's a classic Thai flavoring.
And Sarah and I are cutting up lemongrass.
We have lemongrass, which comes in a really long stalk. The woody ends you just want to discard. The thing about lemongrass is it's super fragrant, and it's
not really edible.
No, and you're not going to eat this. This is, all of these things are going on this fish in order to flavor it, which is one of these things that you find surprising about steaming, because it's just water, but because it's enclosed in a tightly enclosed, the flavors from whatever aromatics you put in there really infuse in like a surprising way sometimes, I think.
Yep. So we have our lemongrass all cut up into sort of matchsticks. Coarse or fine, doesn't matter.
It really doesn't matter because you're not eating
Another thing that people do, if
smash it, right?
Yeah, they smash it so that you really, again, release the flavor.
Yep.
Okay. So we have our fish on our platter. It's been washed. It's been scaled. The fins have been removed. The head is on. Now, a lot of people don't like to see the head, but I don't mind. Do you?
No, I don't mind.
Actually,
and
I like eating the head.
It adds, the bones that, just like with anything, add flavor. So what we're doing is you can surround it like Martha's doing, stuff some of this stuff inside. Some of the lemongrass, we use 2 stalks go inside, and a tablespoon of julienne ginger.
Yes.
a 1/4 cup of cilantro.
This gives such flavor to the meat
Some
of
goes
the
on
fish.
top too,
Right.
and some scallions. It's basically, you want to get the flavor wherever you can. So you put some inside, some on top. It's not so important how much goes where,
Right.
as that it all gets on there. So we have
And the zest of the lime. I
the
love
lime
the zest of
zest,
the lime.
garlic,
What,
you know, a little inside, a little on top, because it's just going to infuse the whole thing.
and
More
not
ginger
only
on
is
top.
this tasty and healthy, it's also really pretty. Which is, for me, very important because this
Yeah.
can be brought to the table,
Just
and
like this.
you will certainly love what it looks like and want to eat every single bit of it. And that's why I don't take
Yep.
the head off or the tail, because
And we'll
some
show
people
you,
like to eat that.
hopefully we get down there, we'll show you how easy it really is to serve.
And here's the fish sauce, the nom plat, just going, just drizzled over the top of the fish.
Some lime juice too, about half a lime, a little more, a little less. That's going to be, you're going to be surprised. The one thing I want to point out about this that you really need to do is put it on a platter that has a little bit of a
Yes.
bowl to it,
Right.
because it creates quite a bit of brothy juice.
So,
Cover it up. Oops, sorry, you don't cover
Yep.
this with it.
Nope.
I'm totally wrong. You put this right into your steamer that you've set up. It's a roasting pan with a rack and some water.
yep.
That needs to be at a simmer.
About an inch of water underneath a rack. Don't put the plate right on the hot pot, because, and this is parchment paper, which is going to touch the fish. No foil should touch the fish. We have acid, we have lemon
Right.
juice on the
That's
fish.
gonna- that
and it would corrode the aluminum foil, and you don't want that to happen. So make this a tight cover
Make it
on
tight.
this pan.
Turn it up so it's steaming. You'll want to check this through the cooking. Now, that fish we had was about 2.5 inches thick.
So it'll take about
25 minutes, because
Yeah.
it takes 10 minutes per pound to
Right.
steam. Because steaming is very,
Right.
very, it's a really good way of
love
cooking,
this.
because it's actually quite fast. So check it about halfway through cooking. Add boiling water to it if it seems like it's about to boil out.
Okay, make sure the parchment paper is not touching the flame, and it'll start
Right.
a fire.
Yeah, which this one caught a little bit fire. So she's right. You have to be careful, but you can see how much more liquid
Oh, look
is
how
in this
great.
one. Now you
Ooh.
have. This is the hard part.
What?
Getting it out of the pan.
No, it's not.
Just be careful. I just don't want people to burn their hands. Carefully lift it out, and you have
Don't
this.
lose the juice.
Don't lose the juice, because that's a beautiful part of it. And you can
Doesn't
just.
that look good, everybody? I mean, this is really fragrant and wonderful. We're back with Sarah Carey, and we just want to show you how to serve this beautiful fish. So, just...
You can just remove, if you've garnished it, just set it aside. I know some people are a little afraid of whole fish, but you really shouldn't be. It should be quite easy to remove the
Should come
fish.
right off the bone.
Should come right off the bone. You basically just cut down along the
back.
backbone, which will be really easy to do because it should be quite tender when it's cooked. And then you just sort of lift it off the bones. You can use the aid of a spoon. And it lifts right off the bone, so there really shouldn't be too many bones in there at all.
So beautiful.